Oh, don't get out of your rocking chair for my
Shut your
sake.
insolent mouth, monster!
The will of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action!
Die! Stop! Say! Ready? Die! Ready? Die! Ready? Die! Ouroboros!
Hey, get back here! Face plant! Get back!
You idiot! Die!
I'll entertain you.
Die!
Hey, get back!
Die!
I'll have to face his lordship. Getting old sure is rough, isn't it?
Ball behind. Lose. Perfect.
I sense trouble.
Primary target acquired. Now initializing idea engine.
The will of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action!
Flash. Aligning. Orbiting. Deploying. Systems activated. Systems activated. Divide. Orbiting. Porting.
That's really neat.
Flash. Orbiting. Retreating.
That's really...
Aligning. Destruction. Deploying. Systems activated. Systems activated.
Finish!
Damage report. Damage minimal.
Hazama, lose! Perfect!
All systems green.
Switching to battle mode.
The will of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action!
I dare you! Sledge!
Killing risky.
Prepare yourself! Sledge! Atomic!
Restart.
I dare Sledge!
Major error.
EM!
Killing me. Risky.
I dare you! Atomic Collider!
Finish!
Repair.
You're within my estimates.
Lambda, lose! Perfect!
I pray that today my feelings will be heard.
Can I help you with something?
The will of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action!
No! Ay, ay, ay! Not that! I won't...
Here!
That does it!
Here! How's this? Here! How's this?
Damn it!
3 dragons! I'm sorry! I didn't mean to!
Bang! Lose! Perfect!
such a pain, but I'll play with you.
Is it morning yet?
I'm so sleepy.
The will bait is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
Don't get dust on me.
Enduring.
It burns. I'll remember you. Don't get dust on me. I'll remember you. Nago, I'll remember. Right to the ribbon. Don't get dust on me. Nago, I'll remember.
Finish. Rachel, lose. Perfect.
Lieutenant Noel Vermillion, you're under arrest.
My claws have been polished.
The will bait is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
Here I go. Fail. Type 2.
Oh
Here I
dear.
go. Fail. Here I go. Fail. Type 2.
My head. Oh dear.
Here goes. Hello. Type 3. 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 There. There! Here goes. Hello. Type 5. Scanning target. Fail. Zone on. Type 3. There! Here goes. Hello. Type 1 go. Bender, don't fail me! Here I go. Fail.
Finish.
I most humbly apologize.
Ball behind. Lose. Perfect.
You will show me the power of the choice.
The will bait is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
Dead spike! My interest. Dead spike! Get ready! Hey! Dead spike! Get ready! Out of my way! Gauntlet! Hades! No. Dead spike! Get ready!
Finish.
By a fool! Out of my way already.
Rollius. Lose. Perfect.
Who the hell are you?
The will bait is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
Chill. Not bad. Chill. Not yet. Not bad. What's the matter? Die. Not bad. Try and dodge this. Not yet. Here. Die. Not bad. Blizzard. Die. Not yet. Die. Not What is this sensation?
Hackman, lose. Perfect.
Not very obedient, are we? Perhaps a short lesson.
The will fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
Terrible. Punishment. Terrible.
Shut it!
Get on it. Fire. Now get to work. Fire. Now get to work. Fire. Now get to work. Fire. 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 Now get to work. Fire. Now get to work. Terrible. Now get to work. Fire. Now get to work. Fire. Fire. Now get to work. Fire. Fire. Now get to work. 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 Fire.
Excuse me?
Fire. Now get to work. Fire. Now get to work. Fire. Now get to work. Fire. Fire. Now get to work. Fire. Punishment. Now get to work. Fire. Now get to work. Fire. 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 Now get to work. Punishment. We consume them. Punishment. Fire. Let's go! Once a dog, always a dog, I suppose.
Jim, lose. Perfect.
Now,
My
where
apologies.
will...
I'm in a hurry, so I'll have to make this quick.
Ah, yes. Shall we begin?
The will fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
Going in strong! Launch! Vivace! Vivace!
I see.
Vivace! Launch! Hazda! Wacko! Going in strong! Hazda! 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 Going in strong! Oh no! Going in strong! Hazda! Vivace! Wacko! Vivace! Going in strong! Going in strong!
How could this happen?
I'm sorry. Did that hurt a lot?
Ball behind. Lose. Perfect.
I expect to be amused.
The will of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action!
Out of my way. Naga. Oh, now, out of my way. Unbelievable. What are you doing? Naga. Princess!
Rachel, lose! Perfect!
You won't escape, evildoer! The defender of justice, Bang Shishigami, will be your opponent!
The will of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action!
Doya! I see right through! See! Doya! Shuriken surface! Doya! Shuriken! See! Doya! I see right through! I see critical super! Doya! Shuriken! Doya! Doya! Critical super! Doya! Doya! Nidia! Critical super! Doya! I see right through! Nidia! Doya! Doya! Nidia! Nidia! Doya! I see right through! Critical super! Doya! Doya! Why you? Doya! I won't lose you! This is the power of a trained shinobi!
Hazama, lose! Perfect!
Who the hell are you?
The will of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action!
Accepted! Fire! Don't let your goddamn crimson! Pathetic! Slow! Don't let your goddamn... Fire! Out of my way!
Jim, lose! Perfect!
Dispatched in mankind's darkest hour, we are Knights of the Blue Flame!
The will of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action!
Here Don't disappear! Go! Makoto! Try and stop it! Stop it! Don't! Well, don't! Here goes! Well, here goes! Try and stop it! Stop it! Try and stop it!
Thank you, Makoto. But it's too late for me.
Makoto, lose! Perfect!
Little punishment.
My claws have been polished.
The will of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action!
Here! Flash! There! Fly! There! Burst! There! Flash! Releasing. There! Blast! There! Emitting. There! Flash! There! Convert. There! Flash! Releasing. There! Disappear! Hard! Finish!
I most humbly apologize.
The world you wish for?
Ball behind. Lose. Perfect.
Magical girl,
No.
pretty Luna!
Submit to my tests.
Transform!
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
Dirty boost. Enjoy. Attack. Enjoy. Monos. Enjoy. Monos. What say? What say? Monos. Gloria. Enjoy. What say? Monos. What say? Enjoy. Monos. Enjoy. Enjoy. Monos.
Finish.
How could Luna lose?
Worthless.
Platinum. Lose. Perfect.
Hailed by the heavens,
warn
earth,
you.
and people,
I don't know how to
the
pull my
one
punches.
and only Bang Shishigami is now here.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
That's where you were.
Ah!
How can this be? You can't. You can't take me. You can't. How can this? How can this be? How can this be? You can't take me down. Master, please forgive me.
I am victorious!
Bang. Lose. Perfect.
Summoning to show you. Let's go. My true strength!
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
Come on! Fatal lament! Fatal lament! Fatal lament! Fatal lament! Fatal lament! Fatal lament! Celestial impact! Celestial Miraculous Orleans! Celestial impact! Miraculous Orleans! Celestial impact! I managed to win somehow.
Noel. Lose. Perfect.
Now, werewolf.
Alright, but are you going to entertain me?
Ah, yes. Shall we begin?
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action!
No! Ow! I messed up!
It would appear that I have tried.
Like, lose. Perfect. Please select your character.